Okay, Dabo, let's see if you like this. Time now for the Capital One fan vote to see who you believe should be in the college football playoff. Fan vote, van vote, same thing. Either way, Jesse and Joey have the same top four this week, same teams as last week. However, they've bumped up Utah because of Alabama's loss in the Iron Bowl. Joey, I'm going to start with you because I look at your rankings. To me, it looks as if you have three number ones. And this has a lot to do with Clemson, Ohio, body of work, I guess.
Yeah, three really good football teams.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, I have a three-way tie for the number one spot. LSU, they said, wasn't a complete team because of their defense. Then they hold Texas A&M to 7 points. Ohio State, another 50-something game against Michigan as they dominated a top 15 team. And the reason it really matters who's number one, because everyone would like to avoid playing Clemson in the semifinal. This is a Clemson team that people sort of thought wasn't very good when they beat North Carolina by 1 point. Now they've won 6 straight games by 35 points. Hadn't happened since 1936 in AP poll era. Trevor Lawrence, all those interceptions early on, now 2 back-to-back seasons throwing 30 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, the defense, the number one scoring defense in the country. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to see Clemson in the semifinal.
Because they're playing as good as any number one team in the country.
Very Canadian.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a trophy. You get a trophy. You get a trophy.
But those are three quality teams you could all argue being number one. Jess, with you, I want to talk about the Big 12. Not in your top 5, any Big 12 teams, but 2 teams in Oklahoma and Baylor who appear to be in good position.
Yeah, and really a few weeks ago, it was the Big 12 that was the Power 5 conference that was on the outside looking into the playoff picture. And we've seen a lot of momentum last week for the Big 12 with respect to the committee. There was a market correction. Baylor went from 14 to number 9, and Oregon loses last week. Bama and Minnesota lose this weekend. All of a sudden, the Big 12 title game now, it looks like it's going to be a top 7 matchup. Could the winner of that game get into the playoff over Utah? Now, Utah has been ranked ahead of both Oklahoma and Baylor in every college football playoff ranking, and Utah certainly passes the eye test. Since their loss earlier against USC, in 8 games, they're winning on an average by 29 points. They look great, but we'll keep our eyes on the Pac-12 title game, the Big 12 title game. Who wins and how they win, I think, goes a long way in determining who the 4th team is getting in.
We know Oklahoma and Baylor are both going to be ranked higher than Oregon, which is who Utah plays in the Pac-12. How much is that going to be a factor come final rankings? All right, here you go. A look at some of the conference championship games this week. Can't wait to see them. Go to twitter.com/SportsCenter to vote on Monday for your Capital One fan vote. Can't wait for that. Also cannot wait for this. The selection show, Sunday, December 8th at noon. We will announce the 4 teams in the playoff, the New Year's 6, everything rankings related takes place Sunday, December 8th at noon on ESPN.